Welcome to beautiful 52 Windsor Ave in Dennis, Massachusetts. It's a freezing cold day here on the Cape, but you're on the Cape, so how can you complain? Beautiful, quiet neighborhood. There's one of our neighbors. Nice house down the street. They're doing a ton of work too. I'm standing in the middle of the road. Been in the middle of the road for about 5 minutes without a single car passing me. This is directly out the front of the house. This is the bus stop, it looks like. And then down the hill, you've got all the water you can see down there, a little conservation area. Quite lovely. So let's take a walk through the house. Here's the front yard. They've taken down some trees recently, so I suspect we'll actually be able to grow some grass here this summer. All right. Coming up to the front of the house, we're going to have to do a few things on it. The roof is a little suspect. We're probably going to have to do some stuff there. The chimney is going to need some reworking on it. But overall, not in terrible shape. The bay window is definitely got a couple of broken seals in it. Don't need to do it immediately, but at some point we're going to have to work on that a little bit. Front door's cute. Front stoop's cute. We looked in the basement. There's a little bit of rot under there. Not the end of the world. I think we can fix it. Rest of the outside. And then again, this is from the front step looking back out into the neighborhood. Nice quiet street. Lots of trees. And you will notice there are no telephone poles. It's an underground utility neighborhood, which is wonderful. So not a single telephone pole or a line anywhere throughout the house. So let's go in the house. Walk in the house. Got a little coat closet here. Obviously, you got to close the front door to get it. So you got a little coat closet as you walk in. It's kind of nice. Put some junk in here. A little stool. Then you come into the main living room. So you have a fireplace, which needs a little bit of love. We'll talk about that later. The carpets aren't terrible. House smells okay. Smells like a house that hasn't been lived in for a while. Could probably use a cleaning, probably do the rugs, but we could probably live with the rugs for the first year. So here's this room from a shot. You can see the kitchen through that entryway. There's your slider to your back door. There's your linoleum floors, which I guess you would call your kitchenette or dining area. There's the old electric baseboard heat. We've already confirmed that's all termed, so we will take all of that out just to get rid of the look. And instead, you can see 95 is when they converted the whole place to forced hot air, so it has gas in the basement. So there you go. That is that room. Coming into the kitchenette area, there's your slider to your deck. Here is your kitchen. So, I guess you call it a galley kitchen. It's plenty of room to work in. You know, it's a Cape house, but it's plenty of room. It's clean, which is nice. All the appliances work. We will probably swap out that electric stove for a gas one. Refrigerator works. Again, you know, get us through the first year until we decide what we want to do. Cabinets are definitely 1984. All original, but clean, right? They work. There's no warped shelves, which is nice. These shelves are all solid wood, which is nice. I don't see anything that's terrifying. We would probably take this out anyway, this hood, and redo this area just because we know that the hood where this vents out on the roof is leaking and needs to be replaced. So I'd probably just eliminate this whole system, hang a microwave above it when we do the stove over. Here's your corner bank of cabinets. Again, got a little lazy Susan action here. Could use a little cleaning, but it's not terrible. All your shelves are in decent shape. There's nothing warped, breaking, falling apart, which is nice. Those shelves are all adjustable. And even this one's nice because it doesn't have your seam down the middle, right? So you got the full wide openness of it, which is nice. They even less of a plate, which is good. All your shelves are there, right? Right. Okay. You know, replace light fixtures, et cetera, et cetera. Could we replace all the cabinets someday? Sure. We're gonna do that the first year? Heck no. You know, linoleum countertops. You know, your very traditional stainless steel sink. Needs a little bit of cleaning up too. Has a dishwasher. If it works, great. If not, I've done them in dishwashers. I can do another one. All your drawers actually slide out pretty nice. This one's got a little bit of a wiggle at the end. But they're on rollers, so they work okay. You know, they're dated. They show their age. But they're fairly well constructed. I mean, they're pinned and all, but they're not terrible. So again, a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of contact paper, etc. Down below, this part does need some love, so I gotta replace some junk down here, clean it up, you know, all that good stuff, but nothing I can't handle, I suppose, on a wonderful day. I'll figure that out. I just look like it'd take great care of that, but what are you gonna do? All right, let's go down the hall. That right there is down to the basement. I'll do that last. Down the hall. So you walk down the hall. It's a lot like Hilldale Road used to be. So you have a bathroom here. This is kind of the common bathroom, which the kids would have to share. Very dated, but it works. Kitchen sink, skylight out. May have to do something with this, but it's not leaking right now, which is good. And then you've got the original shower tub surround. There is some delaminating on it, so we may have to replace this sooner than later, but we'll figure that out once we get in. If nothing else, maybe bath refitters or something. But that's your bathroom. Down the hall, you got a little linen closet at the end of the hall. First bedroom on the left. I wrote down all the dimensions, but roughly all the bedrooms are 13 by 10. Again, all those baseboards are going to come out. Room needs to be repainted. Windows are dated. We can live with them for a year or two, but at some point we'd have to replace windows. The ceiling fans probably all need to be replaced. There's no ceiling light in here, so I could put one in with a light and get a little bit of light in here. The light switches are for one of the outlets on the wall. Little closet here, got a little light in here. We could always swap that around, but you got a pretty decent sized closet. You know, this is one of the kids' bedrooms. You can figure out who's later. They're basically the same size. So you come out of this bedroom and you come to bedroom number 2. So down the end of the hall, linen closet. Bedroom number 2, very similar to bedroom number 1. Closets, here bigger, but it's a nice full closet. You can walk all the way in it. You know, gonna replace some of this type of stuff. Is a little loose and goose, but you got a light in here. So you can see in. Here's the room. Again, all of your windows. Probably need a little updating here at some point. Those baseboard heats will come out. Everything needs a coat of paint, etc., etc. And we come across the hall to the master, which quite honestly, the master is just about the same size, maybe a hair bigger than the other 2 bedrooms. Again, needs a little paint, needs a little love. Carpets throughout. There's no hardwood underneath, so we either clean the carpets or we replace. I don't know yet. Decent sized closet, but no bigger than the other 2. So again, it's a Cape house, right? We don't have a big ass master closet. That's your closet. So we have to give that some consideration. Then on our master, we do have a shower. So shower needs a little bit of love, but it works. Plumbing works. Toilet needs a new toilet. Sink needs a new sink. Type of stuff we've done 100 times. You'll notice there is no mirror behind the sink, so we'll have to get some type of vanity. I'll probably swap out these fans because they work, but hardly. And then again, you get a little window here. Cool. Let me go down around. I can do a basement run real quick, and then I can do a backyard run, so I'll just do a separate video for that. So you come down to the basement. It's a nice one in the sense that you can walk down and eyes standing straight up without crouching or anything. Do not hit my head, which is nice. So you come down to the basement. You know, it's a basement, so I won't spend a ton of time. It's dry, which is what we care about. There's Ed. Say hello, Ed. There's a little bit of stuff here and there on the sides around some, water, but nothing that's like worrisome. It's more grading that has to happen. They got a bunch of junk in the basement that has to go. We could definitely finish this side of the basement. There's your walk out to the backyard bulkhead. So it is a bulkhead style. What is encouraging about it is that it's dry. So when you open that door, there's no water or anything coming down. All of this looks good. There was one little area above the front, which we already spoke about, that had some old termite damage. So we'd have to do that over. Here's your laundry area. Probably do a little bit of retooling the way they have this set up, but nothing major. They actually have a humidifier in here, which is kind of nice. I'd probably update it because it's old, but it already goes and vents out kind of illegally the way they did it, but that's all right. We can sort that out later. So there goes your drainage out. They got some shelves and junk like that. We could use some of this, but it's a pretty good sized basement. Ed's measuring it for me now. The furnace is 1995, so it's not brand new, obviously, but it works. It is a high efficiency style, which is nice. It vents out the side of the house through the PVC, which is nice. That all works. Hot water heater is about 5 years old. Gas fired also. Vents out through one of the flues. Something we have to address just because of the way the chimney is, but again, it doesn't sound like it's major. The panel is actually really clean, which is nice. Panel is 200 amp service, so we can very easily upgrade the place for central air and still have plenty of room left. There is an irrigation system, but you'll see in the backyard they dug the bejesus out of it, so we're going to have to fix some of that. Here's where your water comes in the house. Yeah, and you don't need a separate water irrigation meter because you're on septic, so there is no sewer. So that's all that up there. You can't really see it, but up there is where that little bit of rot is. It's probably about a 4-foot section. Again, all the walls nice and dry, so I'm not worried about water in the basement. It smells really good down here. It is winter right now, but for a basement it smells fine, so I could totally see just putting down the epoxy sealer on the floor and the walls, finishing off a section of it, and you'd be in really good shape. So let me run upstairs real quick. This is a 10-minute video. I don't know what the hell YouTube will let me upload, but we'll do this real quick. Get out to the backyard. So back up the stairs, back in through our kitchenette area, dining area. The sun's actually coming out. This place is really nice when the sun's out. You get nice sunlight in the front. We will have to replace that window at some point. Not urgent, but probably next year or two. And then you come to the backyard. Let's unlock the slider, which actually works pretty well. Usually these sliders don't work worth a damn. Slider works really nice. Still has the screen. The screen works, isn't all ripped to shreds, which is really nice. Sorry, I had my hand in the way. So let's back into the house. Nice slider. Here's your deck. We measured the deck. The deck is 15 feet by 15 feet. Yeah. It's quite lovely. Nice, nice, nice. And now here's your backyard. So here's where we could potentially put a garage. And actually, I think we might be able to just squeeze it in. If not, need a small variance for it. Again, here's back out to the street. There's Ed's car. There's a driveway in. There's the chimney that's going to need a little bit of love. Here's your steps up onto the porch. Here's your backyard. All that piping, that is the old irrigation system they tore out of the ground when they were doing the septic over, which is annoying, but that's just the way it is. We'll have to fix that. Over here, you're back down. All right, here's your bulkhead. It's dry. Could use a little grading work around here probably, but you know, nothing that I'm going to worry about today. There is an outdoor shower. You can tell they didn't drain it properly. All the pipes are cracked. I'll have to replace those. The little things. The ground right now is all recently loomed and seeded, but because it's wintertime and they had a lot of rain, it all got washed away. So I suspect we will have to do this again in the spring, as well as clean up all this piping shit, which is annoying, but true. With that all done, this is your backyard. So here's your neighbors, what I was talking about. You're higher up than your neighbors. You got this nice tree line between us and them. There's nowhere else for people to build. And our property line goes all the way back to where that white fence is, basically. So we've got another 100 feet off the sides. There's our one neighbor. Someone's trying to call me. So I'm going to cut this short here. And I think you got a pretty good spot here. So I'll upload this on and we can talk about it later. Love you. Bye.